So there's a crisis going on right now. There's like a mind virus that's happening, a pandemic. What's happening is we're being sucked into these different reality bubbles. Because there's so much information out there right now that you can choose what you want to be real. You can curate your own version of reality through the influences that you bring into yourself through media. And what happens is because we always want to be right, we always want to feel like we know what's going on. We start to look for information that confirms, our bias, that shows us that, hey, we know what we're talking about. We're not sheep. Our minds are open. Our eyes are open. We see what's going on. But what we don't understand, or what sometimes we don't realize, is that these people that are setting us information, it's all opinion driven. It's not based truly on the shared reality. So sometimes it's their opinion of their interpretation of what they think is happening and what you should feel. And then they try to stoke your fear and your anger. And I talk about this in my book, The Exotam Actuality. And I talk about what happens when you dive into these reality bubbles. You create your own reality, because we can all manifest our own version of life. We can manifest the things that we want to experience in life. But when you start to shut yourself off from the shared reality, from what's real, and decide, okay, that piece of information isn't real anymore because I don't like what they're saying. Because what they're saying goes against what I believe, goes against what I'm about, what I stand for. Even if it's true, you don't like it because it is making you feel like you don't know what you're talking about. And so what do? You find other people that are of the same opinion and viewpoint as you, and then you dive into that reality bubble, into that version of the truth. And then the shared reality, you're no longer trusting the shared reality. You don't believe the shared reality is real, so you become untethered from the shared reality. And once you start to go down that rabbit hole, you can become lost. And then once you become lost, it's so hard for people to speak with you, because you're no longer using critical thinking. You're no longer using logic. You've dove into this whole concept of nothing is real except for the things that I accept as real. That's a dangerous, dangerous place to be, because once you're so locked into your own version of reality and your own opinions of reality and your own viewpoint of reality, you start to think everything around you is sinister. When we see corporations, these big successful corporations, a lot of people think those corporations are sinister, and the people that run those corporations are evil, and they have bad intentions. But the truth of the matter is, those corporations started out as small businesses. And then as they grew and expanded, they created more jobs, created more opportunities, they took more market share. They became a big company. And with a big company, sure, there's greed, there might be selfishness, there's those type of negative things, but it's not that the people are evil. Maybe they've been seduced by money, and so now the decisions they're making, they're not as true and wholesome as they were when they were a small company and they really cared about all the employees and cared about everything in the environment and the community they served. Maybe they got away from that, but they're just people. And this is the thing to understand. The politicians, we put these politicians on a little bit of a pedestal, like almost like they're rock stars. And the truth of the matter is, they're just regular people doing a job. And yeah, they're power hungry, and maybe the decisions they have to make sometimes are not going to be for your benefit, because they're benefiting other people. And always, you can never please everybody as a politician. It's probably one of the worst jobs that you could have. I don't know why anybody would even go into politics, but some people want it for the power, the fame, I guess the access to how to manipulate money. So there's a dirty quality to it. But the reality is, most of these politicians, they're not these sinister, diabolical people. They're not smart enough to even be sinister and diabolical. They're just trying to, they're puppets basically, and trying to do whatever the lobbyists are telling them to do. So thinking that the world is run by evil and sinister people, that's a stretch. Yes, there is some sinister people and sinister motives going on, but for the most part, people are just doing what they need to do to be able to survive, to put food on their plate. And when you get away from that shared reality, what you're doing is you're locking yourself into this untethered reality that's going to be really hard to get back to, and it becomes toxic and vengeful and hateful, and you start to have this splinter effect where people that are around you that care about you, they don't even want to talk to you anymore because they don't know you anymore. You're not that person that they knew. You're this completely different person now, and that kind of person that they don't like and they don't want to be around, and they don't want to have that energy around them, and they can't relate to you because everything you're saying is way off in left field and it doesn't make any sense. It's void of logic. It's void of critical thinking. It's just emotions. And when you start to think with just emotions and you live in this reality bubble, you can become lost, and it's hard to be able to come back to the real reality and the real truths of life. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. I'm going to be doing a few more videos in this podcast style, as well as my other regular videos. So check out all my videos. Subscribe to this channel, like this channel, and watch more of my videos. So that's it for this one, and until next time, you heard.